Taehyung entered the world beautiful, too beautiful. The kind of child who made strangers gasp in grocery stores, the kind who earned compliments everywhere he went, the kind who teachers adored, relatives doted on, neighbors adored, and the kind that made his sister Hana burn with jealousy from the moment she understood what jealousy was. Hana was older by 1 year, and she thought that made her entitled to the first hug, to the first smile, to the first look of love. But the moment Taehyung was born, everything changed. Their parents glowed whenever they held him. They bragged about his long eyelashes, his soft cheeks, his angelic temperament. They told stories about him like he was a miracle fallen into their arms. And Hana heard it all. Every praise, every comparison, every, "Why can't you be gentle like Taehyung?" Every, "Your brother is so talented." She didn't grow jealous in a day. It was gradual, like water filling a glass until it spills. By the time she was 7, she avoided Taehyung. By 10, she glared at him across the dinner table. By 13, she rolled her eyes whenever he spoke. By 15, she muttered insults under her breath. And by 16, she hated him. Deeply, viciously, quietly. Taehyung, however, adored her. He followed her around, shared his snacks, gave her drawings, saved his pocket money to buy her small gifts. He didn't understand why she scowled at him, why she slapped away his hand when he tried to help her, why she ignored him in front of their parents but became cruel when they weren't looking. Hana's hatred flourished silently, and Taehyung's love endured just as silently. This was how their childhood passed, one sibling loving gently, the other resenting violently. But destiny wasn't done with them, not yet. University should have been freedom. A chance for Taehyung to breathe fresh air, walk in new halls, study what he loved, meet new people. But life rarely works the way it should. Hana attended the same university, the same department, the same campus, and she carried her toxicity with her like perfume. At first, Taehyung thought she would change, that maybe being older now, she would act like a sister. But she only grew worse. The bullying began quietly. Hana and her circle of friends, girls who adored her confidence and boys who worshipped her charm, whispered about Taehyung in corridors. "Look at him. He thinks he's perfect. He probably practices poses in the mirror. He's such an attention seeker." Taehyung pretended not to hear, but the whispers soon turned to actions. His books disappeared. His project files were torn. His locker was scribbled with "pretty boy trash." So he hid the bullying from everyone, including their parents. He smiled through humiliation. He apologized when she cursed him. He stayed silent when she pushed him into corners. Only once did someone try to intervene, a classmate. But Taehyung shook his head desperately. "No, please. She'll get in trouble. She's my sister." Even when she hurt him, he protected her. Some loves were soft, some loves were self-destructive. Taehyung's love for Hana was both. Once, when Taehyung stayed late at campus to finish a project, Hana and her 2 friends cornered him in an empty stairwell. Hana stepped closer, her voice low. "You think you're so special, don't you?" Taehyung shook his head quickly. "Hana, I don't think that—" She slapped the books out of his hands. "You steal everyone's love like a parasite. Even Mom. She used to only talk about you. Everyone only talks about you. Why? Why not me?" Taehyung swallowed. His voice trembled. "Hana, you're my sister. I love you. I don't want—" "Stop saying you love me," she screamed, shoving him back. "Your love disgusts me. You're a liar, a thief." The girls laughed, watching. "Hana, please," Taehyung whispered, but she pushed him again. Harder. He fell down 2 steps, scraping his arm on the metal railing. He winced, but he didn't get up immediately. Hana stepped over him. "If you tell anyone, Oppa," she sneered, "I swear I will ruin your life." Taehyung looked up at her with gentle, broken-hearted eyes. "I would never hurt you," he whispered. Hana's jaw clenched. Something in those words enraged her even more, because she wanted him to fight back. She wanted him to hate her. She wanted him to feel what she felt. But he wouldn't. He never did. And that hurt her more than his existence. The university held a charity art gala every spring. Taehyung was volunteering as a backstage assistant, arranging art pieces, adjusting lights, fixing labels. And that evening, he saw him. Jungkook, the golden boy, business major, campus heartthrob, multi-talented, handsome, mysterious, adored. Taehyung froze when Jungkook walked in, wearing a black suit, hair styled effortlessly, smile dazzling enough to make anyone forget their name. Taehyung felt something he hadn't felt in months. Hope. Soft, trembling, gentle hope. Jungkook stopped near one of the paintings, ironically one Taehyung had sketched and donated anonymously. He tilted his head, admiring it. "It feels lonely," Jungkook whispered to himself. "Lonely but beautiful." Taehyung's heart fluttered. He didn't intend to speak, but the words slipped out. "That's what I felt when I drew it." Jungkook turned. "You drew this?" Taehyung froze. His throat tightened. His heart raced. No one ever praised him like this. Not with such sincerity. Not with such warmth. Jungkook's smile grew. "It's beautiful," he said. "You're talented." Taehyung blushed and bowed his head. Thank you." Jungkook extended his hand politely. "I'm Jungkook." "I'm Taehyung." Their fingers brushed, and Taehyung felt something ignite inside him, something forbidden, dangerous, fragile. That night, Taehyung couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about Jungkook's smile. On impulse, he wrote a letter. "To the boy with the galaxy eyes, you don't know me, but I saw kindness in your smile today, and it made me feel alive again." He slipped it secretly into Jungkook's locker the next morning. He never signed his name. The next day, there was a reply. "To the one who wrote to me, thank you. I don't know who you are, but your words felt honest." Jungkook waited for another letter. Taehyung wrote. Jungkook replied. Days turned into weeks, and the letters grew deeper, softer, filled with longing. Jungkook confessed in one letter, "Sometimes I wish I knew your face. Because my heart is already learning your soul." Jung pressed that letter to his chest and cried. Happy tears, scared tears. He wrote back, "If you knew me, you wouldn't love me." Jungkook replied, "Let me decide that." And so the secret admirer love story bloomed, quiet, tender, hidden. And slowly, Jungkook fell in love with the anonymous soul who wrote like the world was poetry. He wrote, "You make me feel seen in ways no one ever has." Taehyung smiled at those words for weeks. He wrote back, "If love had a voice, it would sound like the way you write." They were in love with each other, and yet they had never met. Hana had always sensed Taehyung hiding something. He smiled too much. He hummed around the house. He kept clutching his bag like it was sacred. One evening, while Taehyung was in the shower, Hana entered his room and opened his drawer. And she found them. Dozens of folded letters tied with a ribbon, all addressed to Jungkook, all signed, "Yours always, from someone who loves quietly." Her stomach twisted. Taehyung? In love? With someone like Jungkook? Her brother, the boy she believed deserved nothing? She read all the letters, every word dripping with emotion. She read how Jungkook replied, how he felt the same. Disgusting, Hana whispered. Pathetic. Delusional. Her jealousy flared with new fire. Why did Taehyung get someone like Jungkook? Why him again? Why always him? Why does he get everything? Something dark rose in her chest. Something poisonous. Taehyung and Jungkook finally decided to meet. Jungkook wrote, "Tomorrow, 5 p.m., behind the old music building, I'll be waiting." Taehyung held the letter tight. He was terrified, excited, shaking. He wanted to look beautiful. He wanted to look like someone worth loving. He ironed his shirt 3 times, combed his hair carefully, practiced introducing himself in front of the mirror. He did not know Hana had been watching. She waited until he left the room. Hana sat down. Her jealousy roared inside her like a monster. He already has beauty. He already has talent. He already has everyone's love. And now he gets Jungkook too? No, no, no. She would not let him take one more thing. Not Jungkook, not happiness, not anything. She made a plan in minutes. A cruel, flawless plan. At 4 p.m., Taehyung left home, nervous and shy. At 4:10 p.m., Hana followed quietly on his scooter. At 4:20 p.m., at a sharp, blind turn, Taehyung looked over his shoulder nervously. And that was the moment Hana pushed her scooter into him deliberately. The crash was loud. Taehyung fell. Hard. The pavement tore his skin. His head hit the curb. Blood spread around him. Hana stood there, heart racing, terrified, triumphant, shaking. Taehyung looked up at her through blurry eyes. Hana? His voice was confused, hurt, trembling. Why? Hana whispered coldly, "You don't deserve him." And she walked away, leaving her own brother bleeding on the road. At 5 p.m., Jungkook sat in the small flower-themed cafe, tapping his fingers restlessly against the porcelain cup. His heart was thumping like he was about to meet destiny. His secret admirer. The person whose words felt like warm rain in winter. The person who carried softness in every sentence. Someone who felt like home even without a name. When the door opened, he stood with hopeful eyes. But the person who walked in was not the one he imagined. A girl walked toward him, beautiful, self-assured, perfect hair, perfect makeup. Hana offered a practiced, shy smile. "Are you waiting for me?" Jungkook blinked. "You? You're the one who wrote the letters?" She nodded with an innocence she did not possess. Jungkook smiled, confused but relieved. "I didn't expect you." Hana sat down gracefully. "I didn't expect you to like me back." Like her back? Jungkook had never written the words, "I like you," but he couldn't deny he fell for the letters. The raw honesty, the trembling affection, the poetic sadness. And now she sat across from him in perfect skin and perfect clothes. Where were the soft eyes he imagined? The shy smile in the words? The trembling sincerity? Something felt wrong. But Hana leaned forward, touching Jungkook's hand. And the confusion melted as attraction took over. "You're beautiful," she whispered. Jungkook's heart skipped. Beautiful people rarely looked at him like that. He had fans, admirers, but genuine closeness? That was rare. He took a breath. "Can you prove it's you?" She slid Taehyung's stolen confession letter across the table. Jungkook read the familiar handwriting, the loops he memorized, the gentle curves. He swallowed. "It really is you." She smiled sweetly, hiding the cruelty in her heart. Yes, Jungkook, it's me.